Hello, this is Sculpt January number 27, and this time the topic was fluffy. I thought that was quite a good topic because it's quite a tough one to do when you're sculpting. Doing anything like hair or fur is obviously going to be tough, and you have to be stylized when doing it. So it's quite a good one. So obviously using the metaballs to start, and someone told me about the auto mirror tool in Blender. It's an add-on that you have to go into Blender add-ons to install, but you don't have to download anything. Very handy, whereas before I was bisecting the model in the middle, cutting it and then mirroring it. You just press mirror and it does that all for you. So I'm going for a cute sort of fluffy ram. I got my inspiration from a few reference images, and the first shape was very similar to the reference images, and I didn't really want to just copy something, so I changed it around a fair bit once I got going. This one was a fairly quick one. I kind of needed that really. I went overboard with the last one. This one took between 2 and 3 hours. When I mention all these times, that is including things like the render time as well. You can see I'm using the masking tool a fair bit with this one. It does help just mask out an area, invert the mask, and then you can pull out just that section. And it was quite quick to do things like the ears and the tail. But most of the other brushes, pretty much the same as I always use. So the snake hook to start off with low detail. I find the crease tool is the one I really go to the most. So I get my basic shape and then get across to that crease tool to define the shape. I found this one quite a nice relaxing one in many ways. Didn't need to do too much thinking about the shape, and with other ones they've had so much detail in them sometimes that it gets a tiny bit stressful knowing where to go to next sometimes. I went up the detail levels fairly quickly in this one. I could have probably jumped up a bit sooner, in fact. I definitely feel like I'm getting better. I think this would have taken me a lot longer at the start of the challenge. So it really is well worth doing a challenge like this. So I'm quite happy with the basic shape now, and I just need to go in and do some fluffy bits. Now I could have spent a lot more time on this, and I actually wanted to go in and use the crease tool more and define these swirls a bit more, but I really was short of time. Unfortunately my internet's quite slow, especially on the upload speed, so I have to upload during the night, so I was kind of racing to get it done before going to bed. I was quite happy with it really. I thought the swirly bits looked quite nice, so they didn't need much attention. You can see I'm leaving the middle bit and then I turn symmetry off and fill that in, otherwise you get really obvious symmetrized bits in the middle which don't look very nice. You can see I'm tidying up certain areas here, but that's really just to add a tiny bit of detail and try and make it a little bit more fluffy. I always find the feet quite tough, even if it's just simple things like hooves, and using the flattened brush is quite nice for that, but I find it tough to control. So if anybody has any advice for that, that'd be great. And I've really upped the detail level now, just for those final bits. And here I've baked out the ambient occlusion, the normals, and the cavity map, or the vertex paint, and I'm just doing some basic materials. Keeping it very simple this time. Kind of looks nice without any extra faff with the materials really. Possibly makes it look a bit more fluffy. And smarten up the eyes a bit. I saw other people doing eyes like that on Sculpt January, and I thought they looked quite good actually, so thought I'd do the same. A nice simple base. And there we have it. Number 27, Fluffy. Thanks again for all the support, it's really appreciated. Do get across to Sculpt January, there's some fantastic stuff there. Links are in the description. I'll see you there.